And the agenda is displayed on the screen.
All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I am Alexa Mavridis, chair of the subcommittee. Do we want to go around and have folks introduce themselves? Mr. Edwards, I'm not sure if you can see a list. Maybe you want to announce people's names, or what would work best?
Yes, I can go ahead.
Okay.
External item. All right, I will start with our first dial-in number, 703-532-9138.
And I'm a star customer.
Would you mind repeating yourself? We missed the first part. We missed your actual name.
Okay, Paul Daddario.
Mr. Daddario, thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you.
Next number we have is 703-839-5975. 703-839-5975. Would you please identify yourself? All right, we'll come back to that person. 703-969-2724.
Hi, it's Joseph DePhillips.
Mr. DePhillips, good evening.
Welcome,
Thank
Joe.
you. Thank you, Ms. Alexa. Mr.
Madam
Edwards.
Chair, the next two folks are of the committee, yourself and Mr. Cantor. I'll turn it over to you all.
I'm Herschel Cantor, member of the committee and the TAC.
Good to see you, Herschel.
All right, before we get into county staff, we have two other guests. Miss Roseanne Ashby.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, Miss Ashby. Then we also have a guest, just the first letter L. L, would you identify yourself, please?
Yep, Lan Fong.
Could you repeat that one more time for the record, please?
Lan Fong.
Thank you very much for joining us this evening. And then we will go into county staff. We'll start with our esteemed Bureau Chief, Ms. Rivers.
Good evening, everyone. Lynn Rivers, Transit Chief.
Moving down the list, Mr. Monnier.
Good evening, Paul Mounier. I'm the service planner for the art system.
Mr. Holloman.
Good evening, Peter Holloman, Assistant Transit Chief.
Mr. Visconti.
Good evening. My name is Rocco Visconti, management intern for Arlington Transit.
Ms. Asher.
Hi there, I'm Serena. I am a communications intern for the Transportation Department.
Are there any guests that I have missed this evening? If so, please state your name.
Sheila Hill, Star General Manager.
Welcome, glad to have you.
Any others? Being none, that would conclude introductions. Madam Chair, I will turn it back over to you for our next agenda item.
All righty. Our next agenda item is public comment. I've noticed that we've got several guests tonight. We welcome you. Would folks like to give public comment? And who would like to start?
I would like to give comment, please.
All right, go ahead.
Wait, hold on one second. Alexa, stop. I apologize. When I say your name, my my ALEXA starts talking. Anyway, I just wanted to say I read the proposed business rules for this subcommittee, and I'm very pleased. And I want this to go on the record. I'm very pleased that you all came up with these procedures for expanding this subcommittee. There's been a number of us consumers who've been asking for greater consumer input, and I see that you are looking for a subcommittee now up to 7 members. I think this is wonderful. Couple of comments, however, I did want to say that it looks like even if the TAC votes on the rules tonight, that perhaps new members cannot be appointed till after they are voted on in March, which means they wouldn't really be able to start till May. Now, that may be my misunderstanding of the rules. My hope is that if we got some new members, maybe they could somehow be incorporated into the subcommittee by March, because I think that would be very helpful. And my other concern, and I understand this language was put in that the subcommittee members serve at the pleasure and can be removed by the TAC chair. And I would hope that the removal would be only after good cause. And it just, struck me a bit concerning that that language would be in there. I mean, I would only hope that it would be if somebody was disruptive or discourteous or did something, very untoward in the meeting, because I would hope that it would not be used to stifle a free discussion. So those are my 2 comments, but again, I very much commend you all for coming up with these proposed business rules, and I do hope they'll be adopted. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Roseanne. Would anyone else like to give comment?
Hi, this is Lon. I'm joining for my mom. I was just wondering if the Star Transit, does it ever, she lives in Arlington, but is there a way for her to get to Sterling, Ashburn area for the Dulles Airport area?
I do not remember the exact nature of the 3-star zones off the top of my head. Staff, is that something that you could answer tonight?
Madam Chair, without looking exactly at the zone, that does seem as though it would be a zone 3 trip. I have to consult more with our call center, but that does seem to be a zone 3 trip. We'd have to check the actual address to make sure that's somewhere we service.
Okay, could someone maybe get in touch with this person then and work out the answer to that question with them then?
Yes. Can I direct you? May I direct you to be in contact with the Star Call Center? Do you have the direct contact information for the Star Call Center?
Yes, I do. I'm calling on behalf of my mom. She's always like wanting to go to like fly out, but she has no way to get access. And every time I call Star, they always say no to like Ashburn area, Loudoun County is not, can't get out there somehow. So I was just wondering if there is a proposal that allows members to be going out in that direction in the future somehow.
If you have been in contact with the Star Call Center, they provided you that information, then we do not provide that trip. However, Metro Access would be able to get your mother out to the Dulles Airport.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's an interesting question. I wonder if we could maybe discuss why. Does it just have to do with where Metro goes or something like that? I'm curious.
Well, with Metro Access, as Metro Access is the regional paratransit provider, Metro Access is required to provide comparable paratransit service 3/4 of a mile off of any Metro bus or Metro rail station. And since in November of 2022, Metro Rail was extended out to the Dulles Airport, and there's a Metro Rail station there, then the comparable Metro Access would have to provide service to 3/4 of a mile off of that Metro Rail station at a minimum.
Okay, I'm wondering if we might want to take a look in a future meeting. I don't think we could do it tonight, but in a future meeting at the boundaries of the zones and, talk about why they go, maybe this far, but not that far.
Absolutely.
But I don't think that's something that we can handle tonight because we have the policy issue to deal with tonight. Do we have anyone else who has public comment to offer? All right, so hearing none, it looks like the next item on the agenda is approval of the meeting notes from November 14th. Right off the top of my head, when you just switched to it, Clinton, my name is misspelled. So I would move that we accept them, but please correct the spelling of my name. I see that Herschel is here. I'm not quite sure if we have Laura, but Herschel, did you have any thoughts on the meeting notes?
No, I just, I have in fact read them, which is unusual for me. And I see I have nothing to comment on or add. Or correct.
Okay, so I think that would mean that both of us approve them. And I think that is enough to carry. I don't believe that we have Laura here.
All right, I have that revision to your name. Apologies for that misspelling and that oversight. We'll make that change and get these posted on the subcommittee website.
Thank you. All right. So the next thing on the agenda is the review of the subcommittee draft business rules. I'm not sure if you had something to present on them or say about them, or if we're just going into discussing them, or how that.
So what I have displayed on the screen is the Transit Advisory Draft Business Rules for the TAC Accessibility Subcommittee. Just a few notes. What I will do is that I will read these during the course of the committee's discussion, excuse me. What will happen is that this subcommittee will review these and provide any input. And if there's any modifications that need to be made, they would then go before the TAC meeting during the March meeting. As the TAC meets in the next hour and 39 minutes, any changes, or if there's any changes the committee wants, I know the committee has received these and the public has had a chance to look at those, to make sure that we capture all those changes properly and not rush to try to get it to the TAC meeting tonight at 7. Those changes would then go to the March TAC meeting.
You're saying if we have any? If
we have any substantive or wholesale changes or recommended changes to these.
Yeah, I myself didn't have any big wholesale changes. I was wondering, there was the comment that Ms. Ashby made about removing people, and I was just wondering if we could look at that. I know that what I was thinking when I read it is just that there are folks that don't always come to the subcommittee meetings. And one of the things that I have been wondering is kind of what that should mean, because I've struggled to kind of find out, if people are actually trying to, not wanting to participate anymore, or only able to come to some meetings, or what's going on. So it looks like subcommittee members are expected to participate regularly and will be subject to dismissal if attendance at regular meetings falls below 50% in one calendar year. Members will be appointed to serve 2-year terms. Was there something else about how the dismissals would work? Specifics about how that was worded? Chair and vice chair review. Okay. Once this, okay, I'm looking at the nominated. Individuals interested in being nominated must submit an email. Okay, once the information is received, the accessibility subcommittee staff liaison will submit the requested nomination to the staff liaison chair, TAC chair and TAC vice chair for consideration at the next scheduled TAC meeting. Yeah, I'm not seeing something else about exactly how the removals can occur. So I'm wondering, I think it looks pretty good as is. I'm wondering, Herschel, if you had any thoughts, or if you have any thoughts on how maybe that particular bullet point should be modified, or if we're probably better off, going with this now. And what do you think?
I'm sorry, there was too much on my my computer. No, I don't have any additional comments on this, or anything to add in this case. That seems nice. I wondered whether the presumably the terms could be renewed, the 2-year terms, because I'm not sure that you're not going to have, you don't want that big a turnover, and I'm not sure there's enough.
Yeah, I think renewable terms would be a better idea as well.
And I don't know if that was implied by the wording that at the end of the 2-year term they could be renewed. Maybe that should just be added to make it clear. And I just think there's some possibility that there's not going to be an intense interest enough to fill 7 seats continuously. I may be wrong, but I'm not sure there's
I know
any.
there has been a bit of interest expressed to me. I don't know whether it would bring us up to 7, but I do think that this has elicited, some attention. I don't know if it would quite bring us up to that much. But
Anyway, I think it ought to be subject to renewal, or allow for renewal, some wording to that effect.
Clinton, is that something we'd be able to add without having to push the vote until March, or would that push the vote?
Excuse me, Alexa, this is Roseanne. That language is in there. That language is in the draft that I saw. That they can be renewed.
Okay. Let me.
It's up further at 8.
Okay. Okay.
I believe Lynn has her hand up.
Yes, Madam Chair, I just wanted to note that the business rules they align with the Transit Advisory Committee. And so I just wanted to make sure that you all were aware that these are the same business rules for the TAC. And Pierre Holloman, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Are they the exact same rules?
Well, the TAC has more extensive rules. These, in terms of membership requirements and appointments, are the same.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, yeah, I do see, Herschel, I don't know if you're able to see it on your screen, but it looks like Mr. Edwards has helpfully highlighted for us. Members can be appointed at any time during the year with the initial term ending on June 30th of the second year. Following the year of appointment, members can be reappointed for additional terms. So it looks like that's in there. So I don't think we would need to make a big amendment there. Did you have any thoughts on the comment about the removal of members, or do we think that this is reasonable as is to put before the TAC for a vote? I would say that I would recommend voting on it, but I think that we probably need to actually have, the two of us actually
You have-
agree on that. So do you have a position
You
on
have a
that?
quorum, Madam Chair. You have a
Right,
quorum.
right. This is why I'm asking the other member of the quorum.
Just
Pierre was
the,
about to say what I think.
yes, so just a point of clarification, the accessibility subcommittee, this is the information item. So at the TAC meeting, Madam Chair, you can express any changes, thoughts, at the TAC meeting, but this is only an information item. This is not an action item of the
Right.
accessibility subcommittee.
I was just attempting to check, since Herschel and I are a quorum, if we were in agreement that what we're going to do is, recommend that it be voted. I'm
So
going
we
to
could
say yes.
recommend it to the TAC
That they vote on it, yeah.
that they should add that.
You're a little difficult to hear, Herschel, but I believe I heard you say yes.
Yeah, because I'm muting in and out at the wrong time. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So then we, as a subcommittee, will recommend that the TAC take a vote tonight. Thank you.
On the draft business rules as is.
Yes,
Okay.
is what I understood, unless I missed something from Herschel.
Okay.
I don't think I did.
And just for everyone's knowledge, these draft business rules are on the TAC agenda as is. If you look at the website, it's the exact same document under the TAC and the subcommittee. So the TAC will take this up as is during its 7 p.m. meeting later on this evening.
All right, fantastic. I am thrilled to see that, that something is happening on this, that I feel that this, this shows that, it is an issue that the community has been concerned about and that the community has expressed. And I am very glad to see that staff have, taken that seriously and been willing to meet with us and work this out with us. So I am very glad to see that.
Excellent.
Alexa, this is Joseph. Can I just make a short point?
If you're wanting to make comment?
Yeah. I just wanted to say one thing. A case in point, in terms of the attendance may be Miss McNeil. I don't have the exact records with me, but I would venture to say if you looked, she's missed quite a few meetings. So I don't know if that's an issue at some point that you want to take up, but Miss Ashby brought up her concerns about attendance. We may be able to face that issue right at the get-go.
Right. I was, looking at it myself and thinking that perhaps that was in there because there have been attendance issues for the subcommittee in the past, and this would at least give us a procedural way of addressing them.
Right.
Anyone else have anything that they would like to add? Okay, looks like that one's good. I believe that was our main thing to talk about. But our next thing is January 2024 STAR Public Engagement, which I am very excited that we have some news about. So county staff, please let us know.
Absolutely, absolutely. Many of you all may be aware of this upcoming public engagement. Originally, we had looked to do this during the month of December, and then we moved it to January. The date now will be on January 31st at the Central Library. The engagement opportunity will be an open house style event. And so what we're looking to do here is to further expound upon the feedback form that we did during the late summer and early fall. What we want to give the community the opportunity to do is that we want to look at doing this level of engagement in the inform and involve model. What that means is that any participants are going to be able to, and I'm going to just read it directly from our form that we have. Participants are going to be able to learn what was heard during the STAR Writer engagement opportunity that I previously mentioned, and see how it helped to identify focus areas for potential improvements. We're also going to have participants review and share feedback on these focus areas. And also the community feedback will come from those that are STAR users, community organizations, and other key stakeholders, along with operational data, will be used to inform any potential changes to the STAR service. This is the piggybacking on the opportunity we had in the fall. And also this is going to allow for further input as we look to move forward with our STAR request for proposal that is in the process of being prepared. So this is another opportunity for us to engage the public. We really wanted to be able to have a in-person open house style event so that we could get to know the passengers, really get to know their experience, and provide another opportunity for feedback. For those that can't attend or want another way to be able to attend, we're going to also allow another feedback form with another feedback opportunity that will be going live on the 24th, January 24th, to Valentine's Day, February 14th, in 3 weeks. So respondents will be able to respond online or also provide their feedback at the January 31st event at the Central Library. This is just a notification now. All registered STAR users will be receiving an email communication during the later this month, a week before. And also we are also looking to communicate this previously like we did with the late summer, early fall engagement, and providing postcards sent out, mailed out, so that everyone has the opportunity to participate and that information is sent out far and wide to all STAR users. We're excited about this opportunity. We look forward to receiving everyone on January 31st at the Central Library. The specific details will be available on the STAR page at Arlington Transit and also in the mailer that is received next week. Any questions, comments?
So the specific information will be going out next week.
Yeah, so we'll be getting out we'll probably most likely get out, we have on our project schedule to do the email to the STAR users on January 23rd. We might push that up a little bit just so folks have at least a week and a half, 2-week notice, since tomorrow will mark 2 weeks until the event. So we are cordially inviting everyone here at this call to attend and provide feedback to us as we pull all of our feedback that we received in both engagement efforts and lay that as part of our proposal that we put out to respondents for our upcoming request for proposals for the STAR contract. Madam Chair, Mr. Kaiser has his hand up.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Madam Chair. So with COVID, the weather, as major issues, wouldn't it be prudent to move this to a later date and give people more notice than a week or a week and a half? And also, isn't the idea that we reach out to more than just current STAR riders and reach out to the disability community throughout the county and what's being done to include the entire disability community? Thank you.
Madam Chair, would you like me to respond to that question?
Please do. Please do.
Yes, absolutely. This information will also be sent to the Disability Advisory Committee. They currently have a meeting tonight, which was in conflict of this meeting. However, their staff liaison will be receiving the information on this. We have reached out to several other organizations. I think Ms. Ashby works with the organization that we are looking to have a meeting with, the Independent Center of Northern Virginia. We reached out to them late last year to be able to meet with staff there, to be able to get some feedback from them as well, and for them to also provide this information. In regards to pushing the event back, since there's the opportunity to provide online feedback for those that are not able to attend in person, their feedback will garner the same attention as someone that does or does not attend the event. We wanted to be able to provide this opportunity prior to any RFP going on the street. We really wanted to have an in-person event prior to doing that. So that's the timing of this next engagement opportunity.
Alexa, may I make a quick comment?
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
I just wanted to say that, Clinton, by way of clarification, Doris Ray would be the best contact for the Independent Center. You know, she's been she's on the staff and she's very knowledgeable. So I think she could help you connect with them.
Yes, we've actually connected with their executive director. Our communications team has reached out to them, and we are just working between our staff and their staff to get a date set for the month of January.
Okay.
I am glad to hear that you're working with them. And if Roseanne hadn't jumped in to correct that, I would have been saying it myself. Roseanne and Doris are both lovely people, but they are not the same person.
I apologize.
You might also consider having a Teams meeting, a public meeting. I don't know if that would be too much to have both an in-person and a Teams meeting, but given that you're trying to pull in the disability community, that might be a good idea. And given also that it's the winter, so in addition to COVID and normal problems that some people in the disability community have, and older people for that matter, the fact that it's the middle of the winter and there could be a storm or something would add to the suggestion they might want to consider a Teams meeting in addition.
Mr. Kenton, that is a great thought and a great idea. I will definitely reach out with our communication staff as we finish out the logistics, just to make sure that the room that we have in the library has the ability to let us do some sort of a hybrid format. But I have that notated down as something to look into for our next meeting, planning meeting for this event on January 31st.
I think that's a great idea too. Thank you very much, Kent.
That's all I had on that topic.
I was just about to ask if that was all that staff has on that topic. Do we know when the proposal will be ready, or is that still all up in the air?
That is still up in the air. We are worked on completing the scope of work to provide over to our procurement team, and so that they can go through it and make it ready for bidders to bid on. So this draft scope of work is almost completed, and we were looking to get that over to purchasing very soon.
All right, thank you for that update. Does anybody else have any other items? I do not. Herschel, did you have anything else?
I had mentioned that after 20 years, you might want to drop me from the Transit Advisory Committee, but beyond that, I'm actually moving to, if all goes according to plan, I'm moving to Loudoun County in around April. So I need to be dropped. And you can use your judgment about, I can come to the March meeting, but I won't be eligible after that. So.
Well, thank you very much for letting us know, Herschel, and I really appreciate the time and work that you have done with us, and I for one will miss you being around. So Loudoun is getting a wonderfully dedicated person. So thank you very much for helping us out. Anybody else got any last stuff? If not, then I move that we adjourn. Give us a few more minutes to prepare, those of us that are heading to the TAC meeting.
A second.
All right, well, that's both of us, so that calls it. So thank you all very much for attending and for giving your comments, and I hope that this will herald a bit of a new chapter, and that the community and staff can move forward in a more productive way. Thank you very much for being here tonight, everybody, and have a good one.
Thank you, Alexa.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.